Let's get into it. So good morning. We're back to our book, The Garden of Peace. We're soon going to finish it and we're going to start it again. We're on page 293. Yesterday we left off. We said Rav Chaim Vital explains that when our sages said that the anger is tantamount to idolatry, anger is tantamount to idolatry, they were teaching us that a person with emunah shouldn't get angry. With emunah, he should know that everything happens to him, even at the hands of others, is from Hashem. As such, there is nothing to be angry about. Anger shows lack of emunah, and therefore, it's equated to idolatry. Whenever something happens to you, he wants you to know that it happens to you because Hashem says it. Okay, it happens from him, it happens because of her, it happens over this, it becomes out there. But because it happened to you, it means that's exactly how Hashem wanted it, and it's good for you. It doesn't look good. At the moment, it doesn't look good, but it's good for you. And therefore, he says that when a person has an emunah, he knows that whatever's happening to him, he's not going to take it personally with that individual. He's going to understand that it's coming from Hashem. It's a message from Hashem, and therefore I have to work on myself. See, too many times we get into situations, chas v'shalom, of, let's say, argument with the family, right, with the wife. Even in a situation where she's now grueling you in court for the money that you have to pay, guess what? It's also for the good, and it's also from Hashem. It's not her. Hashem is driving her, saying, no, you do this to this individual. And she's doing it. You understand? If it's halachically not legal and so on and so forth, she'll get punished. But at the end of the day, that she's doing it now to you, and you're suffering, guess what? It's not her. Because if Hashem didn't allow her to do it, guess what? She will not do it. But because she's doing it, it's coming from upstairs.
She's going to get punished for what Hashem is telling her to do, or for the extra that she's doing.
Hashem is not telling her to do anything. But Hashem knew. Hashem knew everything.
Using her.
He knew that you were going to get divorced because you weren't a strong enough man to put your guard down and get busy as a man to give her what she needs, because she would never do that to you. Did you understand what I told you? He knew that you were going to do that. So therefore, he got you a woman that's programmed that she's going to do this to you.
He got you a woman based on your level.
But now that she's doing this to you, he knows that she's going to do that for you. And he knew that that's exactly what you need. And therefore, that's why she's doing it to you. But it's not her per se. You want her to stop? You got to speak to Hashem. You got to speak to Hashem. Hashem, please, I know it's from you. The first thing he wants us to know is to know that where is it coming from? From him. It's not her. So therefore, if you pray to him, first of all, you accept it with love. Hashem, I know everything that I'm getting right now is because of me. I'm bad, and therefore I'm receiving this. I want to do tshuva. Help me, Hashem. Help me. And you don't understand. You're gonna see your troubles just fly away like that. But when you're saying it's her. Oh, I can't take it. It's her. She's so evil. Hashem says, you so evil. I'm in control of the world. She's not in control of the world. She's my pawn to control the world. She's one of my agents who's doing my biddings of this world, but it's not her. So doubly he gets upset. It's idolatry. When you think it's her, it's idolatry. You understand? That's what he wants to say to you. King Shlomo said like this: anger rests in the bosom of fools. A fool doesn't look beneath the surface of what he sees. So he never discerns Hashem's hands of providence underlying whatever happens to him. He therefore gets angry with whoever wrongs him and fumes whenever things don't go his way. A wise person, on the other hand, knows that when people wrong him, it is due to his sins. He knows that there is a message for him in his suffering. He trusts his loving Father in heaven who is guiding his life. So if something doesn't work out like he wants, he knows that it's all for the best. Meaning, you just bought a nice car. You park it in the parking lots. You don't want to put it on the street. In the parking lots, they mess it up. You come out, you're like, what kind of fool are you? What's wrong with you? You understand? Now, yeah, it's his mistake. But at the end, do you know who did it? It's Hashem. Hashem says, my friend, you need a little bit of washing out. I know that this is gonna, even though they're gonna pay for the repair and everything, but what's gonna happen? 3-4 days you're without a car, You're going to be, yeah, what kind of fools they are, this and that. And they're not fools. You're the fool. Why? The first thing you're supposed to say, Chatati, Aviti, Pashati. Hashem, I was wrong. I'm please, if you don't know what you did wrong, at least you got to say, Hashem,
thank you.
No, show me what I did wrong. Or help me understand what I did wrong.
Where should I be improved?
Exactly. Where should I improve? But when you're thinking, this guy no good, this parking lot is messed up, these people are incompetent, what are you saying? He's saying, you're a fool. You don't see behind the scenes that it's me, Hashem, doing this all to you. And you know what? It goes to the point that a person don't see it. We spoke about it. He's having arguments, he doesn't see it's from Hashem. She throws him out of the house, he doesn't see it's from Hashem. He's getting divorced, 4 or 5 kids, he doesn't see it from Hashem. He's losing money, he doesn't see it from Hashem. My friend, when are you going to get up and smell the coffee? You understand? When are you going to get up and see, maybe something's wrong with me? Yeah? Here he blames her, there he blames these people for losing the money, and there he blames this and this. These are the thieves, and those are the things that are going to... My friend, when are you going to get up and understand, something is going on here?
But naturally we are not able to see what's wrong with us.
We don't, first of all, live in a natural world.
This is your protection
because we live in a spiritual world. If you're a Jew, you know every single step of your day is a spiritual step. Every single step. We have to learn how to realize that. That's why you have to read books of Emunah to understand that it's all spiritual. And that's why he wants you to work on it. If you're a devil, he's not going to give you these challenges because you're just not normal. You understand? So you're just going to be there, whatever. But he knows you're normal. He knows you're a man with a brain. You understand? He knows you're thinking. But you're not thinking the proper way. You keep faulting everybody else except yourself.
You don't
except
put
yourself.
Hashem into your picture.
Well, absolutely, but just putting him on the wall as a picture, it's not going to help. You hear?
Question.
Yes.
This is a little off the topic of this, but in general, we know that when a person gets something, let's say somebody hits him.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That person chooses to do that to him.
Absolutely.
So he has to be accounted for.
Yes.
His free will.
Yes.
So I cannot be upset at him. I cannot be upset at the fact of the matter.
Good.
Why can't I be upset at the fact that this guy chose to do this?
No. You know why?
Question.
You know why? See, you answered your question, but you're questioning your question. How? You know, see, just like I said to him, Hashem knew that he wasn't going to be a man and that he's going to get divorced the first time. He knew no matter what, he's not going to work on himself. He's not going to say, no, it's my fault and I'm going to treat her with respect or with kindness or whatever. He didn't do that. He knew that long time ago. So he gives him a wife that he knows is going to gruel him because that's what he needs. Because he's running away. You understand? So therefore, the punishment that she's going to get, it's hers. She's going to get it. Like this guy who slapped you, he's going to get punished. Why? He's not allowed to slap a guy.
Right.
He's not. But he got the permission to. Now, should you be upset at him? Absolutely not. Why? If it's not him, it's the other guy. If it's not the other guy, it's the other guy. Now you're saying, no, why can't I be upset at him because he chose to do that? What's that? What kind of help is that going to give you?
None.
Good. So look what's that.
But like we said, if not him, the other guy.
But that's what it is. Look what we do. Look what we do. Look. We get punished at home, right? This. We get separated, everything. Yeah. Still we're blaming her. Finally, Hashem says, I give up. He gives him cancer. Who's he going to blame now? So Hashem says to you, Durak, I gave you this punishment. Deal with it. Yeah, it's going to bother you. But guess what? It's going to bother you less than all the chemotherapy and all the this and the loss of the hair and the muchenia and maybe chas v'shalom death. You understand? Maybe death. Who are you going to blame it? No, whoever doesn't understand. I'm just saying. He says, why don't I blame this guy? Even though, it's Hashem, but...
No, I'm saying, we say, right? A person has to say, Hashem, everything's from you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Good.
I deserve
Good.
it. I deserve worse.
Good.
You give me a discount.
Good.
Pennies on the dollar,
You should
right?
not be. Girl
But
gets
I'm saying
engaged. Gets engaged. They spend money, this and that. All of a sudden, the engagement goes sour.
Okay.
You're going to be upset at the guy who did it? No. Hashem did you a service. Why did I get engaged? It had to be. Your father had to lose the $10,000, $15,000. So Baruch Hashem, he lost it here, then in some kind of medical expense, or God forbid, major accident, and he had to. Everything has a providence. And therefore, when you're thinking, Baruch Hashem, it's like this. You know, you're supposed to, Baruch Hashem, it's like this. One time, like an idiot, I went and I paid money for this online trading academy.
Yeah, me too.
One Israeli guy. Why? You know, he's Israeli.
No, I did something similar for
By the way,
$1,000 or something.
he got sued, and the SEC, you know, so they gave back $50. They take 20,000, and he had to give back $50. It's like the most ridiculous thing. Why? Because the millions the lawyers took, you know, class action suit. But at the end of the day, you know how I looked at it? I said I was supposed to lose this money, and I said, okay, Baruch Hashem, I lost it like this. Why? I went and I learned small things. But whatever it is, you know, why? I didn't just rationally do that. I didn't. I asked my wife, I made a calculation, I this, I that. Meaning there was a whole thing. I had to have lost that money. However it is, I had to have lost that money. You hear?
So it's coming to us anyway.
Anyway.
And whoever decides, that's between them and God.
Exactly. And what you have is between you and Hashem. It's not him.
No, never him. I know it's not him. It's everything comes from Hashem.
Absolutely.
The story where the guy shot the arrow against the opposite side of the Mikdash.
Right.
It still
Exactly.
went.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's just that Hashem knows that this individual right now, he's down, and he's an alcoholic, and he's doing things very bad, and now he's driving in a car very recklessly, and he's going to get into an accident. And Hashem knows that individual, he needs punishment. Why? For whatever reason. So what does he do? He puts this alcoholic into that guy's way. You hear? So it's not that. Is it this alcoholic? He's fried. You understand? He is also a pawn in Hashem's making of the world. You hear? And he knows because he can't just zap him with a what do you call that? Lightning. He could technically, but he wants to make it a little bit more natural. You understand? But he could zap him. People do get zapped. Yeah. So he says, loads of time and effort go into preparations for meals of Shabbat and other festive occasions. Preparations frequently include some mishap. A child knocks over a bottle or breaks glass. The wife burns something, or maybe the meat was gristly and tough. These incidents are tests of a person's emunah to see if he'll be patient and understanding. Will he remember that everything is from above? Or will he get angry and blame the people involved? If he passes the test, he and his family continue to enjoy happy festive meals. But if he fails the test, gets angry and shouts at his family, the meal is ruined. It's such a shame for so much to be lost for so little. Many times, kids are a little bit rowdy, right? All of a sudden you have a cup of wine. What's our first thing? What are you doing? It's nothing to do with the child. Zero for the child. It's a test for Hashem. With this, I'm going to tell you a nice. When we drive to work, me and my son, 99.9% of the time, I drive. I can't stand his driving. I like my driving. And one morning, I had to be. I don't know what happened, but I was a little bit hungry, and I needed to be on the phone. So I said to him, "You drive." It was like never he drove. He drive. So I had a big cup of coffee and a sandwich, and as we're driving, we go into this the Long Island Expressway. Now I don't know if you know, but before the Woodhaven exit, there's that little, there's a little bump over there. Yeah, it's a little bump over there. Now I know that bump. He knows this bump. Because
and he flies through.
Look at this. We're going to work, right? As he goes, this bump goes plop, and this whole coffee just splunk brach on me. What would you do? If you're a father and your son is sitting there, I would kill him. I'm telling you. And for a moment there, I was gonna be like, I don't understand you. What's wrong with you, right? But immediately I said, it's not him. Yeah, it's a bump. It's this, that. It's Hashem. He wants something from me. Imagine now I got to go like this to work. It's all gonna be, Yeah. So I stayed calm. We drove, and after I sipped a little bit of the coffee that was left and ate a little sandwich, I said to him nicely, I said, "Listen, try to drive carefully, And now he knows he made a mistake. He sees it, and he's thinking, my father's gonna grow me. I said, try to be careful. I always tell you, drive carefully. You knew that bump was there. He's like, yeah, sorry, Dad. And that's it. Who are you gonna blame? You know what? Does that look like him? He did it, 100%. 100%. 1,000,000%. You go to court. Court is like, listen, straf, whatever, $1,000, pay. But it's not him. He never drives there. That particular day happens to be, I take a coffee, then open the lid. You know what I'm saying? HaShem creates everything in such a way that you will always think it's his fault, it's her fault, it's that one's fault, it is but we'll never say it's our fault. It's always our fault. Why? It would not have happened to you. It would never happen to you. You would never get it. Why? Because that's how Hashem works. So he's saying, if things spill and this, that, relax. It's all Hashem. If you wouldn't be this child who jumped in it, your wife might have done it. You might have done it yourself. It with so many different ways. You understand? And we've had that on Shabbat, right? Everything becomes all crazy. The wine has to be all that. So, time out. Let's recalculate, clean it up, and move on. Yeah? The Torah forbids us from taking revenge. The Chinuch writes about this commandment. It says the custom of most of the world is that they do not rest from pursuing the one who wronged them. And that's the biggest problem we have.
The custom of the world
is that if you wrong me, I want to do bad to you. I'm going to get you. That's the custom.
If you do something bad to me,
I want to do bad to you.
I want to do worse
absolutely,
to you.
Absolutely. So when it comes to divorce situations, what kind of, back and forth is there? What kind? And what did he say? Don't do that. You got divorced? Go ask for an apology. Go say, listen, I'm sorry. Let's just, fine, what happened. Let's move on. He says, until they have retaliated to the degree that will hurt them. Hashem restrains us from this by commanding us, do not take revenge. Even if a husband feels that his wife purposefully upset him, he must not react in kind. If he withholds good from her because of her behavior, he is taking revenge. Instead, he must strive to correct himself and treat his wife with love and respect. King Shlomo wrote, he that covers a transgression seeks love. He that covers a transgression seeks love. Rashi explains, if one man sins to another and the latter covers it up by not mentioning it and by not showing him an angry face, this causes the one who sinned to him to come to love him. By not repaying his wife in kind, but on the contrary, by treating her with love and respect, she'll eventually reciprocate this love. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in the situation of the cup, right? Can you imagine what a son now is thinking? My father could have killed me. You know what I'm saying? How is he going to knock now to the father? He's going to completely, his outlook of the father. Now imagine if I was, you this, you that. How is he going to act? My father's the worst person on earth. But it's your fault. You did it. When you're the worst person in the fault, he's going to think that. He's not going to say that. But when he sees this kind of behavior, number one, you build him up. So that in the future, when his kids do this, he'll also be calm. You understand? And slowly. So he's saying, if your wife does something bad to you, and you in kind show her love, she has to be sick in order not to show you love back. You understand? Maybe not that first instance, but once you keep showing love, you'll see that the person will change. One of the things that I had, kind of challenged myself is that I would always see if I hurt somebody, I try to make them my friend. Yeah? And several times I've upset people in the Pizza Palace. I've upset people in school, in college. I would make them, slowly, with a little bit of time, to like me, nabarot. Yeah? And not to, and you know what? Always works. Always works. Sometimes I remember the most vicious person. You slowly.
How do you do that?
You slowly work. First of all, you work on yourself. Before how you do that is you work on yourself. Remember what we said, you have to love him in your heart. Now, if you love him in your heart, all of a sudden what happens? He starts loving you without even you doing anything. And as long as you love him enough, no, it's not his fault, he's a really good guy, this and that, and you calm yourself down, notice that very well. With our wives, the moment they do something, what happens? We inside thinking, why is she like that? and there's a little bit of,
Thought.
a little bit of bad thought. And therefore these, when they accumulate, the reciprocation starts. The bad thought is over there as well. You understand? It's like an automatic. So we have to work on our hearts. We have to work on our ga'ava. That's the most important thing, is our ga'ava, our ego. Our ego is the biggest thing that puts us down. Because we think that being a man is being egoistic, and no. Being a man is that I should conquer you in such a way that you yourself don't know how you're serving me. You understand what I'm saying? Which means what? The only way you can do this with niceness, with this, with charisma, with love. Yeah? You as a man, as a tyrant, ain't gonna help anything. He might serve you because he's afraid of you, but that does not mean one day he's gonna kill you. And that's why we have all the czars and all the Kim Jong-un. You know what he does? Every once in a while he kills people, very close to him. Why? He shows everybody, don't even think about trying to take my position or whatever. Why? Because he knows he hates everybody, and they're all doing it because of the fact they're afraid of him. So he has to show more fear in them, and that's never gonna go. One day, even his own daughter's gonna kill him. You understand? That's how it is. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen.